Sammy. This is going to be the week ahead. This is an extremely intense week. Today is May 10th. It's a Tuesday. I like that song. Anyway, so Jupiter is moving into the sign of Aries today, where it will stay mostly until May of next year. In July, it will retrograde back through the beginning first 8 to 10 degrees of Aries, and then by the time we get to October, it will be in the last few degrees of Pisces again. So there's just so much to talk about. So Jupiter in Aries is going to expand your fire, your energy, your desire and want to take action. It's going to make things more real and tangible. Things are going to be clearer now because Jupiter is off of that Neptune conjunction that we had, and it was cool, it was dreamy, it showed us the way things could be, it showed us different illusions, potentials, but yet illusions. And so now we're going to be realizing places where we were confused, where maybe we got a little bit tricked, maybe where we thought something was really great, or we thought something would end up another way, and then it's becoming very clear that no, it's not. So we're moving out of this very almost falsified reality, and we're moving into a space that you're only going to know it's real if you feel it, if it shows up in your face. So if you're showing up to a career, if you're showing up to a relationship and you're not getting the same energy back, this is going to be showing you where someone had a mask on, where the career potentials maybe were up in your head a little bit. Okay, so this is just going to be revealing truth for us this week. It's major because we have Mercury in retrograde starting today, the same day that Jupiter moves into Aries. So today you should definitely be feeling a shift in the way you think, and also how you're communicating. But what we're going to be doing, more so than probably any of the past few Mercury retrogrades, because it happens 4 times a year, right? In the sign of Gemini, this is the house, the sign that rules communication. It rules your thoughts. So mental stimulation is going to be high, and we're retrograding. So we're going to be thinking back to the things we used to like to do, the things that brought us certain feelings, stimulations, nostalgia. We're going to be thinking back to the time, it could be very recently. It doesn't have to be a long ways away. It's going to be different for everyone. So take the astrology just like you would the collective reading, however it plays out for you. If you want to know more so how it will affect you personally, you're going to want to pull up your chart, your birth chart. It's free online. You need your time of birth and the city as well as the date. But you're going to want to check where Gemini is. You're going to want to check Aries, because that's where Jupiter is going to be moving through for you, giving you bursts of energy, bringing you blessings and opportunities, as well as expansion in any form. Okay, people are going to be feeling more into their bodies, as Aries rules the self. People will be more geared towards doing things for themselves. What's in it for me? Is this working out in a way that's beneficial to me? Not saying it's a negative thing. This is about reciprocation. Like I was saying, the false masks are coming off. The falsified realities are leaving now. So, I mean, that's been happening since Jupiter left Neptune. But now that it's in Aries, it's in a completely different sign. So this is about getting real. Aries is about initiative. It's leadership. It's what you're willing to go for and fight for. Aries is naturally ruled by Mars. So this is about the body, aggression, war, fighting. I said initiation, but that's, I mean, it's really like taking initiative. You're going to want to be taking action on something. So those things that you thought you were moving towards, now maybe you're realizing it's not turning out to be the way that you thought, or it doesn't look the same anymore, because we're taking off those blinders now. The Neptune-Jupiter conjunction that allowed for us a free space to kind of let things flow, to see how they could be. But now it's time to kind of put more into action towards those things. And so the things you've been working towards, you may find out it's not going to work out after all, or it's not what you thought it would be. The most amazing things in your life, or what you thought you had, may end up leaving your life completely on a whim this week. And one day could change everything. So be prepared for things to look differently out of the blue. Your life circumstances, your relationship circumstances, your career circumstances may change completely during this week in a very short period of time. So that's not really something that you can prepare for, but that's something you need to be aware of, so that you're going to want to tap into the energy of allowing that flow, allowing that state of that Piscean energy where Mars is still in Pisces, Neptune is still in Pisces. We're going to want to let that energy flow, which means you have to let go. You have to surrender to the divine, which means accepting anything that leaves your life is for a reason. And while people are taking off these masks, or situations are losing their falsified versions, we're going to be realizing that more and more these were culprits, people who may have been under the influence of the dark or controlled by the dark in ways to come into your world and maybe make things look a certain way. And those things will be revealed to you this week, not only because of Jupiter and Aries and Mercury and Gemini, which will be moving back through Taurus by next week. The things that we're thinking about doing, the ways that we're stimulated, also travel, transportation, more car accidents, be very careful when you're driving. All of that mental stimulation and energy will slowly be moving back into Taurus again, where we just came from just a few weeks ago. So the things that you're fighting for, the things that you've got going in motion, the things you're brainstorming, the ideas that you have, that you want to get going on, you're going to be shown how to do them in the physical. But with Taurus also comes a slow down. So you're going to want to be doing things quickly. In your mind, you're going to want to get stuff done. Also, Jupiter in Aries is going to help push that energy forward. But Mercury is going to be coming through back through Taurus, and that's going to slow things down again. So it will give you a chance to make it tangible, make it real in the physical. And it will also slow things down for you, where you may not get a choice in how quickly things move. You may have to wait on some things to come into fruition for you in order to make those things happen. But the biggest aspect of this week is by next Monday, it's the 16th, and also we'll be feeling it on the 15th on Sunday. And if you're really in tune, you're probably still feeling it from the first eclipse. So we're still in eclipse season. So Monday and Sunday, the energy is the full moon in Scorpio, and it is a lunar eclipse. So it is eclipsing the sun in Taurus. So here again, we have these materialistic wants, we have these pleasures. The five senses is Taurus. It's real, it's tangible, it's someone showing up for you in the way you're showing up. Taurus has a hard time with security, and they have a hard time trusting people. So it needs to be real. They need to show up the way that you do. This could be career, this could be friends, this could be family, this could be your relationship, this could be newly dating someone. It doesn't have to be something that's been going on for a long time or a marriage, although it can be. So just take these messages how they resonate for you. When we look at, these are the nodes for us right now. So the North Node is in Taurus right now, the South Node is in Scorpio. So they're aspecting each other, and this is why we're having this eclipse. The Scorpio full moon is going to be digging stuff up, bringing stuff up. Scorpio is the best investigator. So things will be coming to light, and this is more about the revelations that we're having and the reveal of the dark in your world, whether it's trauma coming up in you, things that you haven't dealt with yet, healing that you need to do because now you're attracting people with these same issues, or you're attracting toxicity in your life because there's something you need to let go of, or these are people in your life, situations in your life, career, whatever it may be, showing up and things being revealed, truth being revealed about the darker aspects of humanity in all forms. So whether this comes up in your partner, whether it comes up in you, even if it's just a revelation you're having, even if it's just a thought form, right? It's still something that needs to be recognized, because the eclipse comes in, these eclipses that we just had, one with the new moon, okay, and now we're having one with the full moon, and this shifts and changes the next 6 months, the next year, and then for many years to come. This is going to be changing the way we think about things. So, truths revealed. Scorpio can also be deep transformations, things coming in, life-changing, life-altering things that change the way you think about something, that ignite something in you, that help you to release deep-rooted, Scorpio is very deep-rooted, deep-seated issues, family issues. So find where Scorpio is for you, and that's where you will be recognizing the shifts that need to happen. For example, I'm a Leo rising, so my Scorpio is in the 4th house, which is home and family, real estate, moving, that sort of energy. It's also property, really property of any kind, and then family things, ancestry. So for me, this could come up in a way that I'm thinking about moving, or maybe I have a partner that wants to move in, some sort of life change surrounding the home and family unit. Maybe it's just the way my family's working right now. Maybe it's something with the kids. So for you, you want to check your birth chart to see where Scorpio is for you as well. The sun in Taurus, okay? So you want to look at that axis, the axis on your chart. So for me, I'm speaking for me, not because I want to talk about myself, but just to give you an example, I have 4th house Scorpio, so I have 10th house Taurus, which is career, it's your image, it's how you portray yourself to the world, it's social media, that sort of thing. So for me, when we hit this lunar eclipse, which is aspecting both, it could be something like figuring out how to balance family and work life. It could be about dedicating more time to my career and figuring out what that means in my home. You know what I'm saying? So things will be revealed, things will come to you, and as well as we have Pluto in retrograde that is trining this Mercury retrograde. So we've gone through so much with Pluto in Capricorn, and Pluto is almost finished, but this is going to really hit on the Pluto return for America, which will be bringing up many issues, especially with Jupiter in Aries, war, fighting, chaos, people wanting to take power, leadership issues, different countries doing different things. And so just rumors of aggression, war, battle, anything like that. And it's also true for your own personal life. So you may find people coming in with a chaotic energy and they need you and you're supposed to be there for them and it feels very toxic and maybe you don't want to be. Or maybe you're having a fight with your spouse, or maybe you're fighting with a family member. Just some form of battle, even if it's a habit within, addictions within. There's so many things that we're going to be doing because we're thinking about the past. We're thinking about those last conversations we had. What did we say? We're going over what they said and reassessing. Anytime we have a retrograde, it's time to reassess. Go back over it. What have you learned? What have you changed since then? So this could just be over the last few weeks. What was shown to you? Did you take it seriously? And with Pluto, transformation, Mercury, mental, Gemini is friends, it's social circles, it's thoughts, it's learning, it's researching, it's teaching. So you could be discovering that you want to go back and learn more about something that perhaps you learned about before. Maybe you want to delve deeper into a topic that you really like that you had studied previously. Things like that are also possible. If you have, let's say you're in Aries, Jupiter will be expanding on your life, period. Or if you're in Aries rising, that's in your first house. So Jupiter will be expanding that opportunity. Jupiter will expand any issue as well that you're having in that first house. So if you are in Aries or an Aries rising, this would be the house of the self. Okay, but for you, you want to look at where Aries is in your chart and see what Jupiter will be doing for you. So as well as Jupiter expands opportunities, Jupiter also expands the issues, the negative problems. Jupiter can expand health issues, the body issues. If you're already having a hard time struggling with food, that sort of thing, that will be expanded. Your relationship to other things and regarding your body and yourself and your image will be expanded. Some people are going to change the way they look. So it just depends on where Aries is for you. This could be expanding on your relationship house, and maybe you decide you want to take action towards your spouse in a different way, or you want to change up your living situation or your relationship. Maybe you want a divorce. Maybe you met someone new recently, or maybe you want to get married. There's so many things that it could be. So you want to check out the house placement for your Aries, and that's where Jupiter will be. I know for Pisces rising, that's your second house, so that's money. So it's making you look at the way you relate to money, what your value is, food, and the way it relates to yourself, your body, and this is just a good place for Jupiter in your money house. But it just expands on the opportunities. But remember, with Jupiter and Aries, you're still going to have to take action. Things aren't just going to serendipitously flow into your life like they did when they were in Pisces, where you really didn't have to do much. It just kind of fell in your lap. Now, you're going to have to make moves. It requires action. Aries requires action, okay? So I just wanted to speak on all of those things. Remember, truth will be revealed. This may be harsh. This may be hard for many of us during this time because you may have put all your eggs in one basket. You may have had a career that you thought was going to take off and it didn't. You may have to change everything now because of it. Or you could have been in your relationship and thought they were everything to you and you're going to get married, and then that didn't happen. Maybe you found out something about this person. So remember, the dark will be revealed. And another thing I want to mention, a good way to know if a situation or person is a member of the dark, or is at least being controlled by the dark in some aspect, which isn't necessarily, it doesn't mean they're aware of it. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means the dark uses them because perhaps they're unconscious, they're subconscious. levels there where they can be accessed because maybe they have childhood trauma, they have things they haven't healed, they have voids they're trying to fill, they're searching for something. The dark pulls them in and uses them to their advantage. So let's say you're a light worker, you're a healer, something like that. Okay, if you're in a relationship with someone, this is how you'll know. And it's same for career. If you feel anytime this person is around you or a major part of your life, or let's say you're giving everything to this career, but for some reason you're not moving forward, you're stuck, you're stagnant, you feel like this person or this situation, this friendship, whatever it is weighing you down, doesn't allow you to move forward, keeps you feeling stuck, okay, even your blessings may be blocked. You may find resistance to making money during this time. So it affects other aspects of your life. But let's say this relationship comes and goes, and every time they go, your life seems to improve. And when they come back around, things start slowing down again. And now you feel stuck and you don't know where you're going and your energy is confused and discombobulated and all that. It doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter if it's friend, family, lover. It could be a child. It could be a career. It could be any situation in your life. It could be something that you really love and you're really hopeful for. But every time you get so deeply involved or emotionally attached or invested in it, it proves to not be fruitful. It proves to actually keep you stuck or slow you down. That's how you know. That's brought in by the dark to be a distraction for you. And a lot of times these are people wearing false masks. These are people coming in saying one thing, they really do another. They mean another thing. They confuse your energy. They may contradict themselves. They may love bomb you and keep you wanting them around, you know. But when it comes down to it, push comes to shove, they're really not there for you. They don't show up for you. There's no support there for you. It's really just you giving. That's how you know if they're an agent of the dark. Okay, remember, they don't really have to know that. And it's not something they're really doing on purpose. Well, maybe some are if they're narcissists, but most of them don't know they're agents of the dark. And these are just terms that they really don't mean anything. It's just to help explain the situation better. So what we're going to do now, I just felt the need to mention that because I feel like Spirit is saying that's how you know. Because people are like, well, how would I know? Because we've been in this fog and Pluto bringing things up that were dead and transformed and we thought we were over them. Mercury's bringing them back around. People will be coming back around. Situations will be coming back around, even if only in your mind, okay? So remember those aspects of Mercury retrograde. It doesn't mean that you might have to get back with that person. It just may mean there's something you need to realize about the situation, some healing that still needs to be done. Maybe the situation is not finished and there needs to be a conversation had, some forgiveness, whatever it is. The ultimate goal for everyone for this week is to be able to surrender. When you find out some hard truths, or when you see somebody for who they really are, when you see a situation for what it really is, and you have to pivot, and you have to find change, and you have to take action, you're having to step into your full power and embrace that, Jupiter and Aries, and let Jupiter have your back there in that space, because he will still be bringing opportunity. So where opportunity comes knocking, don't expect it to flow freely. You're going to have to go after it if that's what you want. Okay, so the main thing is to surrender. It's going to be hard. Some people are very emotionally invested in these things and they will be losing them. That's not to say you'll lose everything, but you may lose things that you thought had incredible value. And now you're realizing they had none and you were fooled. And that's hard. That's a hard thing to face. Things that you may have been putting in all your effort in. Hobbies, careers, things that you thought were going to take off and make you a ton of money that haven't done so. And so in that aspect, what do I do now? Well, now you take action. Now you see what Spirit has been trying to show you or bring you. Reflect on the ways that you have been stuck and who is around you. Who are the forces around you and what is their energy? What is your energy when you're at work? Anything that feels toxic we need to be letting that go because it causes confusion, it drains us, and it pulls us away from where we're supposed to be. And remember, I would say this like every video now, with the North Node in Taurus, and especially this year, 2022, we're getting in alignment with our true purpose, with our value, with the way we value ourselves and our self-worth. What are you deserving of? What is it that you want? And how are you going to get that? By taking action right now. So just be aware, try not to overthink things. You're going to be thinking things from the past and all of that, and that's perfectly normal. You want to use your discernment. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. That's Maya Angelou. When you see the dark coming up, recognize it. A lot of us will be faced with issues that we already knew. We already saw red flags, and maybe we tried to give the person the benefit of the doubt, give the situation the benefit of the doubt, like, no, I'll just stick with this job, I'll stick it out. And then you realize that something comes in from another direction. Maybe now they're laying people off, and this whole time you knew you needed to find a job elsewhere and you didn't do it. Okay, now is going to be the time to take action and do that. So remain calm. My motto for this week and for the last week has been stay neutral. Stay neutral. We're not going to hope for something amazing and incredible, and it's great to stay positive and manifest, and I do believe in all that. But at the same time, if you hold too tightly to an outcome and you attach yourself tightly to an outcome and how you want it to be, and the universe can't bring it in like that, you're going to block out all the other ways the universe is trying to bring it in. So instead, we're going to let the universe work. We're going to take action and do our part, but we're not going to focus on negativity. We're not going to focus on the ways that it can't work. We're going to find forgiveness in our hearts. We're going to open our hearts and we're going to forgive, because if you don't, you will be stuck in that energy and you'll be playing out that karma for a very long time. So before this lunar eclipse, you need to detach. You need to let go. You need to be forgiving others, and you need to find ways that you can move forward and take action in your own life, which feels good to you, which shows you that you're getting something out of it, okay? So the way people are showing up in your life, if you're not getting anything out of it, and I'm not saying don't be a giver, it's not what I'm saying. It's good to be a giver, but what are you getting in return? They have to show up. That's Aries. They have to take initiative. They have to show up in the same way you do. They have to be willing to build with you, build on something with you. If you're the only one working towards something in a relationship, if you're the only one building on something in a relationship, why are they there? Why do you need them if you're the only one doing it? If you're the only one that wants a certain outcome and that's moving towards success in an outcome, and your partner or your person or your friend or your family or your career, whatever it is, isn't showing up in the same way you are, you're not getting credit at work, you're not feeling loved by your family or the way that you feel you give love. Okay, of course, use discernment. Sometimes people, their ego gets them twisted up and they maybe are thinking too selfishly, and that's not what Aries is about. But that is a devolved function of Aries. So any kind of person who is only seeing it their way, can't see compromise, can't see how it could all work out, can't see the big picture, doesn't see their part in anything, doesn't take accountability or responsibility, only blames you, only thinks it's your fault, that sort of energy, yeah, that's selfish. That's a devolved Aries energy. What we want is to embrace our natural leadership abilities, our abilities to take action and take a chance, take a risk, leap into something that is unknown or uncertain, because we have faith in Jupiter, we have faith in the universe, we have faith in Source Creator, and we believe that it's going to work out for the best, right? Not attaching to any specific outcome, but just staying neutral. Believing that the goodness is flowing through you and that everything is going to be amazing, and letting go of any negative aspects as well. Just let go of it. And if it comes into fruition, then it comes in. Okay? This video is too long, but that is the energy for this week. And I'm going to do another video that will just be a collective card reading for this week as well. Okay, so have a good week. Please like and subscribe. Please share this video for anyone you know who's open to astrology or who is feeling these energies already, because it's going to be intense, okay? And it may be hard, but we're in this together. This is ultimately for your highest good. We're releasing the things that aren't supposed to be here, the things that maybe had us tricked a little bit, living in false reality or hoping for false reality. And so these things are being revealed, and that is the light doing us justice, justification, re-justification of why it's not good for you, why you're better elsewhere, why you're planting seeds elsewhere. And it's really just about getting your value and your worth, right? So focus on the light, always focus on the light. Take a long bath this week, maybe with the eclipse, or on the weekend, or just anytime, because it's going to be intense. Okay. All right. See you guys. Bye.